Hey, welcome to the Broker's Minute or so. Haven't done it for a little while, but I need to get back on track. Yep, I need to get back on track. So it is the 30th of October, and tomorrow is Halloween. That's what it is. So make sure you dress for success out there, hitting door to door, so you get plenty of candy to take care of the kids. Um, so November just around the corner. We've got so little time left this year, but it'll be so nice to have this year behind us. Been a tough one. Just got an alert on my phone, just kind of like an Amber Alert or flash flood warning that just said the state of Utah is in a health hazard crisis, and it seems like just what's been announced lately continues to be going on. There's a higher set of cases, and more hospitalizations. Our hospitals are getting overwhelmed, and it doesn't seem like a big deal until you have somebody in there or you're the one that's going in. Let's do what we can, do our part to keep this virus at bay. It's going to happen. It's going to spread throughout our population, but if we can slow it down so we don't have an overwhelmed healthcare system, it would be a plus. So anyway, I want to talk to you about subject to Sale Addendum. Subject to Sale Addendum is it's changed. So about a year and a half, 2 years ago, it changed. So this is the new form, and this form is it has a couple of paragraphs here. Let's see if I can get my fingers to do the right thing. Come on. Let's see. There, those first two paragraphs, A and B, they're kind of important. The old addendum had some dates on there. It talked about when the house had to be listed, when it had to be under contract, when it should be closed, what brokerage it would be with, all those kinds of things, which were really crucial to the contract. This one has none of those things. It says that the house has to be listed if it's not within 7 days of acceptance, but that's the only date. So we have to do a couple things. But before I get to that, I'm just going to talk about A and B, the two paragraphs there. A just says prior to either the due diligence or the financing and appraisal deadline, the buyer has the right to receive all of their earnest money back. No surprise there. Okay. But B, though, it does say if after the deadlines the buyer cancels due to this, the house not being under contract, their only penalty is the earnest money. The seller can't sue for damages. They can't ask for double the earnest money. They can't do any of that stuff. So it's important that you realize that when you're representing the seller. This is a very buyer-friendly form. Great for the buyer, not as good for the seller. The other thing you need to know about it is it doesn't have those dates. So I strongly recommend when you are representing the seller that you put as a counteroffer, you put an addendum together that says, here's the dates that we want this house listed. This is the dates it needs to be under contract. These are the dates it needs to be closed. And so there's some deadlines in there, some dates, because this particular form does not give those numbers, those dates to you. So put an addendum together to protect the seller. Otherwise, this is kind of like a never-ending story. It can go on and on. There's really no death date to it. So be very cautious. Put an addendum together. Put some dates that are very easy to enforce, and still make the contract work. But we are in a seller's market, as you know, and you can be not a jerk and not overstep your bounds, but you can be strong, and that's really important to do that. So that's kind of what I had in mind for this little deal this week. If you have any questions about this, please ask me. I'll help you put an addendum together, and be aware that you'll probably get something like that from a seller if you're representing the buyer. So anyway, thank you. Have a great Halloween weekend, and I'll be talking to you soon. Thanks a bunch.